Hello and welcome to another Pokemon Showdown live battle. I'm not Orangejuice, and today we're going to be going against Yumiella in a random battle. My first reaction, what the heck is that? I mean, it's obviously from like the Create a Pokemon project. Basically, it's a fake Pokemon. But the problem with this is that I don't know any of its stats. I don't know what it does. So there's that. Looking at my team, I have the Rotom and the Breloom, so that's pretty cool. But, I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna go for the Toxic, try to... Oh my god. That thing goes for the Fire Blast, and... Actually, I think I've seen that thing before. It has, like, Fire Blast, Blizzard, Thunder, and Dragon Pulse or some crap like that. I hope that's not the case, because if it is, it's pretty... inconvenient. Now, I could go into vulpix, but that will be lowering my Rotom Wash's usability for the rest of the match, basically. So I'm just gonna go into my Metapod, let it die to a couple Fire Blasts or something, and it actually goes down to 1 HP without a Focus Blast, so Metapod is a survivor. Metapod always survives. You keep that in mind, and let's move on. I'm gonna go for the Electro Web, though he's gonna be faster anyways. He actually goes for the Thunderbolt, and the Metapod is dead. That was a good Metapod. Any Metapod that survives more than one hit is a good Metapod. Now I think I'm going to go into anything that won't be utterly destroyed by that Cyclone. I'm going to go into my Rotom, and that thing is Electric Dragon, the same type as Zekrom. So actually it was sort of a mistake coming into the Rotom because I can't do anything about it. I think what I am going to do is I'm just going to Volt Switch, yeah, why not? And I'll just go back into my Bayleaf, sack it, I don't know. Okay, resisted Thunderbolt hit, and after the burn I'm still slightly alive while he keeps taking the toxic damage, so it's not that bad. Now he's probably going to go for the kill, but just in case he doesn't, I'm going to go for the Reflect. And he does actually switch out into his Virizion. And now I can switch into something that can kill a Virizion, which I do not have. This is pretty much a really bad setup. I don't have any Pokemon that counters his Pokemon, not to mention one of her Pokemon is basically non-existent. I have to go into Vulpix at this point. I can't not go into Vulpix. I think I'm going to set up a substitute, but I'm not going to because Virizion's probably going to attack and I'm going to be in a really stupid situation. And let's see where it goes from there. Yumiella. Yumiella. Honey, okay. She goes for the Stone Edge, and that didn't do that much thanks to the, what's-his-face, the Reflect. And the Fire Blast does enough such that it should scare the Virizion out now. So I think what I am going to do is I'm just going to go for a substitute while, yeah, she switches out. And now I think what I'm going to do is, well, I don't know, stall it out, I guess. Actually, I'm just gonna go for the Fire Blast. It's under the sun, so it should do a decent amount. Nice. And that thing has Slack Off, so that basically goes on to show how annoying this Pokemon is. And I could go for the Pain Split, but I mean, why do that when I can just go for the Fire Blast? Keep it down so that I can eventually kill it, you know? So, another Toxic will kill it, so I think I'm just gonna go for the substitute. Yeah, he's gonna switch anyway, so... Goes into the Bonsly, has that Balloon. The Fire Blast won't be doing that much, so I'm just gonna Toxic that thing as well. I've noticed that Toxic isn't as useful in the random battles, because usually things go really quick, and Toxic doesn't really have time to, say... get rid of stuff, you know. Now I think I'm just gonna go for the substitute, and the reason for this is that I'm just sort of purposefully lowering my HP so that I can Pain Split, but apparently that won't be too necessary since the Rock Slide missed. I'd rather go for the Pain Split now, so that recovers my HP a little bit. In comes the Rock Slide, does some damage, and the Toxic keeps hitting that thingy. Now, I will go for the substitute again, because why not? Uh, uh, Okay, I use the substitute, goes for Rock Slide again, hits, and I'm basically just stalling until the Bonsly dies, and I'm just hoping it doesn't have rest at the last moment. And there's should be the last substitute, and the Bonsly actually goes for the Stealth Rock, so I wish I had actually gone for the Fire Blast, but I mean, I can't see the future, I can't do anything about that. If I could see the future, I mean, what would be the point of doing Pokemon battles? It's in the spontaneity! That's the whole fun part. Now, I could go for the Pain Split and then go for the Fire Blast, but I think I'm just gonna go for the Fire Blast because it's gonna do a lot of damage. And he's faster anyway, so goes the Fire Blast, 85%, and I get a burn. So now I can just switch into Rotom, but I think Vulpix has done its job well enough now. I think we can put it to rest, not to mention Gliscor is going to die the next turn anyway. So I'll just go for a substitute just in case. Yeah, just in case he goes for that Roost. And now that I'm behind the substitute, I can just attack, just go for another Fire Blast, finish off that Gliscor, unless the Fire Blast misses, which it will do because I have horrible luck, except I've had pretty good luck after I started narrating these battles. So I obviously don't have any idea what I'm talking about. The Gliscor is dead and I still have my sub up, so that's great. This Vulpix actually is doing much more than I anticipated. So, that thing's going to slack off, obviously, so I'll just go for a Fire Blast, just kill it before it gets a chance to do any shady business again. And whoa, I just realized my team has 2 Rotoms in it, and as we all know, Rotoms are not Orangejuice. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just gonna go for the Fire Blast because I'm too lazy to think at this point. And Zweilous is a very good Fire Blast receptor, and I'm not quite sure what I meant by that, but it's gonna take some damage. And no, not really, not that much. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a substitute, hope that it gets confused, the 2-turn Outrage, and then I'll find out what happens next. Alright, Outrage takes away my sub, and he's still not confused, so it's not like I'm gonna be doing much else. I could just go for a Pain Split, some last ditch, try to get as much HP as possible. And Outrage misses because of the hustle, and that's just majestic. It's irony at its finest, despite there not being a Steel type anywhere on the field. I'm just gonna go for another substitute. That thing's confused, and it's just gonna keep going for the Outrage. And why not just go for one more substitute just because I can? And it snaps out of confusion and it just keeps attacking me. So Vulpix has done its job and that thing's confused again, so we could be expecting some more hacks here. I'm gonna go for my last Fire Blast. It does a lot of damage and it gets the burn. The Zweilous hits itself in confusion and it dies. Oh my god. Yumiyella's raging so hard and you can't do anything about it. In comes the Virizion, and this Vulpix, it's time to die. It's done too much. Actually, the Virizion goes for the Synthesis, so Vulpix lives to see another turn. I don't have Fire Blast anyway, so it's not like I can do anything. I'm just gonna go for the Pain Split, though I'm probably going to die this turn anyway. Yeah, the Stone Edge hits and it kills me, and now I can go into something else, possibly. I could go into my Rotom mode, though I doubt it's gonna be doing that much. Since the Virizion's poisoned, it won't be living too long, I hope. I'm just gonna go into my Rotom Mow, and you know what lawn mowers are great at doing? At chipping away at grass. Funnily enough, I don't really have anything that can reliably hit the Virizion. I could go for the trick, but Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go for the hidden power ice. It's super effective, but it does barely any damage, so all things considered, it's probably going for the synthesis again, so I'm just gonna keep going for the hidden power, because why not? Actually, she decides to just get rid of my Rotom, just sacking the Virizion, and I'm just gonna go back to my Rotom. The last Pokemon is a freaking Ditto, and it turns into my Rotom, so that brings the total amount of Rotoms in this match to 3, which is always a nice number. And I'm just going to assume that thing is going to go for the Volt Switch, so I'm just gonna do the same thing. He Volt Switches me, I Volt Switch her Rotom, and now I can go into my final Pokemon, the Breloom! And guess what? I think at this point it's pretty safe to say that I have the game in the bag. I'm going to go for the Bullet Seed, and it's going to hit once, twice, and that's actually enough. And that gets rid of the Rotom, and I win the game. And that was pretty fun. I thought I was going to die at the moment I saw that stupid electric dragon shady business, but apparently that's not the case. And I don't know, let's see. I have no idea how long this video's been going for. It's been going for a bit over 10 minutes, so actually I think I'm going to try doing another random battle and hope it's a bit quick. Yeah, okay. So I lead off with Licky Licky. He has the Quilava. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake because why the heck not? And I have a really threatening team with that Cloyster, Metagross, Thundurus, and of course that sexy little Nose Pass. But that's besides the point. Should I go for another Earthquake or should I go for a Body Slam? I'm just gonna go for a Body Slam because he's gonna switch anyway. Body Slam hits the Yanmega, doesn't paralyze it, sadly. And I think what I'm going to do is, should I go for another Body Slam or should I go for the Dragon Tail? I'm going to go for the Dragon Tail. He goes for the U-turn, so whatever comes in is going to get Dragon Tailed out again. So it's a nice way to scout out the rest of his team. And the Quilava gets hit, he goes into his Blastoise, and that's okay, I guess. I'm just gonna Body Slam it because I'm lazy to potentially switch into anything else in my team. He goes for the Scald, gets the burn, some karma hacks from the last match possibly. And let's just let this Licky Licky die. It's not like Licky Licky's going to be doing anything. Say Licky Licky fast 5 times. Licky 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 Licky. Actually, that's not as hard as I thought it would be. I'm going to go into my Thundurus because just look at this matchup, seriously. I'm going to go for the T-Bolt because it seems like a nice idea. It gets a crit, but I don't think that mattered that much. And things are looking quite good right now. I just realized this guy's name is iMini Panda. And to be honest, mini pandas are pretty cute. And endangered. Don't mess with those. Alright, so in comes the Genesect, gets the attack boost, and I could just go for the Thunder Wave or I could go for the Thunderbolt. But I'm just gonna go for the Thunderbolt because YOLO. The Thunderbolt doesn't do that much damage, and the Ice Beam's pretty much going to take me down low enough such that I'm pretty concerned now. Let's hope there's some min-max stuff going on. I go for the Thunderbolt, leaves him with 1 HP, and he actually decided to switch up his moves, so I'm still alive. I'll just go for another Thunderbolt, get rid of it, and yeah, things are looking pretty good. At this rate, I'm not going to have to even use my, what's his face? My Nose Pass, that thing. Okay, I go for the Thunderbolt, and that's super effective, so that's cool. And Thundurus is, I mean, there's a reason it's Uber, right? It's got that Prankster, and actually, never mind. He has a Mewtwo, so I'm gonna go for the Thunder Wave just to make sure I don't accidentally die in a very stupid way involving getting outsped and stuff. This Cloyster doesn't even have Shell Smash, so that's a bit inconvenient. But I'm gonna go into it anyway. And this may be a horrible idea, but I'm gonna go for the Ice Shard. And that's 1 hit, 2 hit. Why do I even bother counting? It's gonna hit 5 times. Incoming something, and it kills the Cloister, whatever. I'll do anything to get rid of that Mewtwo. Except maybe lose. In which case, I may have made a very horrible decision in the last couple seconds. I'll go into Metagross, and I just realized this guy had Fire Blast, so that's really bad, but let's hope this Meteor Mash hits, does some decent damage, may hopefully kill it. Yeah. I really like Mewtwo. It's always been one of my favorite Pokemon since the first time I played any Pokemon game. So, just putting that out there, you know. Now he's gonna bring in either the Quilava or the other thing. Probably the Quilava because it has the super effective whatevers, yeah. And I think it's choiced, so I think I'm going to go into my Majestic Nose Pass. Yes, in comes the Nose Pass with the balloon, and Nose Pass takes that Fire Blast like a boss. He's a nose. Noses don't take shit from anyone. I'm gonna go for the Stone Edge, and his last Pokemon is a Natu, so even better. 96% to a Natu is pretty decent, and why the heck is my window vibrating? Why? Okay, I'll hope it's nothing too serious, and I'm just going to go for the Toxic. Why did I do that? It has Magic Bounce. It very obviously has Magic Bounce. Okay. Now, that wasn't that bad because I got paralyzed anyway, and I'm just gonna keep going for the Stone Edge. Should be pretty much GG unless I get paralyzed 3 times in a row again. No, I get the Stone Edge off. His Wish is pretty much useless. And in comes the Quilava. Let's see what it's going to lock itself into. Nature Power, and it doesn't do that much, and my Stone Edge misses, so that's a bit unfortunate, but I got the game in the bag anyway. He goes for the Nature Power, kills my what's his face, my Nose Pass. That's sort of sad. Now I go into my last Pokemon, which is a Poliwrath, and it's pretty much GG here. I go for the Waterfall. It's going to hit the Quilava. The Quilava wasn't choiced at all, so I'm apparently the biggest ding dong in the world. But either way, I have won the battle. And that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, a comment, a subscription, and I will be hoping to see you next time.